I'm back, and I just have some thoughts for you. I've set this just for about 10 minutes or so, and I'll try to make it smaller. I just wanted you to see some things. To me, I am absolutely driven by the things that we can find in history books, in archaeology, and so I want us to look at this, and I have a lot of pictures, so we're going to look at this. I'll just tell you a couple things. So, and you won't see me hardly anymore. Okay. I want to show you a map, and you can see it in the room. It may not be the way I'd like it, but for those of you that are looking, I'm going to step over here and take this mic. Give me a second. Okay. This first map you see is really a picture of the map of the place where the cities that were destroyed by fire. We usually only hear about Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, this is where right here, those of you online can't see this, but this is Mamre. This was where Abram went, and Lot came down this way and was in this area. But then here, this says Baba Draw, and this is in Hebrew, okay? But this is that's Sodom. This place is called Numera, and that is Gomorrah. We'll talk about Zoar. Keep that in mind. There's one called Pipha and Kenazi right here, okay? If you just look on your map online, follow the right side of the Salt Dead Sea and the little one below it. I wanted to show that it was found in 500 A.D. There was a church, and on the floor of this church, they found out just several years ago there was a mosaic inlay on the floor, and it shows where Zoar is. If you see a big body of water in the middle, then you see two, they look like footprints. The one on the right beside it, you see palm trees. That is Zoar. The purpose of mentioning Zoar is that is the place that God did not destroy, because that's where Lot went to. Through archaeology, here in Sodom, you can see the burn layer. That is the burnt layer that happened, just destroying Sodom. And here's other places. This is Numera, Gomorrah, and in archaeology, I don't know if you can see this really clear, but these are skeletons that were fried because of the heat. You see up top left and at the bottom right. And I don't know if you can see this good, but the excavator said obviously the town suffered a severe fire and it was forever abandoned. There's nothing there. I have a picture of an archaeologist looking down, and in his hands is ash that he found. There is the third place. This is called, and it's a little place, it's called Pipha. You can see right here that I have the arrow pointing to it. I guess that's relatively obvious. The following picture that you're seeing is another burnt layer. That is just ash right there, and it goes along where his hand is, left to right. In the last city Kanazir. There you go. Took me a second to remember. Here they also found burn layers. You can see falling from his hand, and in his hand, dark black ash. And that is the burn layer from this fire that God sent from heaven. And it's brimstone. Brimstone is sulfur. This next picture shows the same thing. Those dark spots are actual remnants of the brimstone that came from heaven, sulfur. One more picture. I think I showed that one already. My bad. All right, here is a more detailed map underlined. I show Babadra, Numera, Fifa, and Kenazi. And that is, those have been excavated, and those are actual definite places that were destroyed by fire. Now you see over there it says Sodom and Gomorrah. Many people thought for a long time, it has a question mark by them, forever people thought that it was over there sort of on the south, and even people thought it was on the left side, but they never could find any excavation that could prove that. But these 4 places that you see here were destroyed. And what is really interesting is right in the middle of Numera and Fifa, you see Zoar, and it's just an incredible thing. You see how the fire just went up and down that east coast of that valley of Siddim, which is a part of the Dead Sea. But Zoar was left alone. This is just a picture here of sulfur, and you may not be able to read it really good, but it says these are sulfur balls encased in gypsum. They form naturally along the Dead Sea shores. It has many uses. Among them is setting fire or setting fire. But these were found along the Dead Sea, and I didn't show a picture, but in all these places, in the mountains beside it, it is pitted with sulfur balls. I mean, by the millions. I mean, literal millions of them. And that's what they look like on fire. And if you can imagine that coming from heaven and just absolutely destroying everything in its path. Now, this picture right here, right in the middle, sort of lower, that just, there's no green on it. That is Zoar. It's a little place. That's all that Zoar was. Just a tiny little place. And so that is the first place that in Genesis 19, Lot begged the angels to let them go there and not go into the mountains. They stayed there, but if you watch the previous video, Justin pointed out how bad was Zoar that he wanted to leave there. And so they left there and they went up to the mountains, and it talks about a cave. Here's the cave, just from a distance. Again, I don't know why I'm doing this, because there's a huge old arrow there. What you find here is they made a church there, and you can see sort of the outline of it. And I'll show a better picture, but to the left is the cave that Lot lived in. And there's a little marking in that cave, and it says something along the lines of Lot. Basically, Lot was here. This is an aerial view of that church there, and if you'll see up top, that dark void space, that's the cave, and they have made a little archway or a doorway to it. This is what that looks like right there. And if you go in this, I didn't have any pictures of that, sorry, but down near the bottom, they found pottery, and this pottery, here's just one piece. This is just a part of what they found. It's all been dated right at the time of Lot. It, oddly enough, pottery is one of the best ways that you date things in archaeology. You know, nowadays, I can't do it, but some people can look at a vehicle. By the way, that's all the pictures, Josh. some people can look at a car and say, oh, that's a 1942 blah, 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 blah. And it has a flux capacitor in it, and I can't look and do that. My dad could do it. There's several other people can do it. Just look at it and, oh, that's a 1932. I can't do it. But you can see what I mean. People can just look at it and tell that's from the 1950s or whatever. The same thing happens with pottery, that if you know what you're looking for, you can see, and this stuff is dated exactly, I mean perfectly, to the time of Abraham and Lot. And so that is the place that they ran to. That's the place where Lot's daughters approached their dad, got him drunk, and had sex with him. And I just think it's interesting to find places that truly verify what we read in the Bible. And so I just wanted you all to hear that. I hope it was as interesting to you as it is to me. I love this stuff. So again, y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.